We've been looking at a couple of really interesting pieces, articles from the New York Times pointing towards a potential AI partnership.
Right, between Apple and Alibaba.
Exactly. And then there's this, well, pretty pointed statement from a U.S. representative expressing some serious concern.
Definitely raising red flags.
So for this deep dive, our mission is really to get under the skin of this reported deal. What exactly is it? And, why is it setting off alarm bells in Washington?
Yeah, okay, so we're essentially looking at this scenario where these two massive tech players,
One American, one Chinese.
right, they're reportedly considering joining forces, specifically on AI, but just for the Chinese market.
Okay.
The core of it, according to the sources, is Apple possibly integrating AI features powered by Alibaba.
Into iPhones sold in China.
Precisely. Now, what's interesting is that Alibaba has apparently acknowledged this possibility. They've confirmed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Apple, they've stayed publicly silent. And that silence, well, as we'll get into, seems to be a pretty significant part of this whole story.
That silence from Apple is really intriguing, especially given their, usual approach. But okay, let's get to the heart of it, the unease. Our sources, especially the U.S. lawmakers mentioned, they're really zeroing in on data privacy and security.
That's the crux of it.
The basic question seems to be, if Alibaba's AI gets baked into iPhones in China, what user data might end up being shared with them?
Exactly. And were there, any assurances given to Chinese regulators, perhaps, to make this happen?
Good point.
And the New York Times reporting, it suggests, based on unnamed sources, mind you, the top officials
From the White House?
Yeah, and members of the House Select Committee on China have directly asked Apple executives about this.
Right, about the data.
About the data, yes. And here's where it gets really interesting. These sources say the Apple execs apparently couldn't give, let's say, fully satisfactory answers to a lot of these data questions. And that lack of clear information, it's just amplified the concerns back in Washington, understandably.
And those concerns are coming from some pretty senior people. Representative Raja Krishnamurthy, he didn't really hold back, did he?
Not at all.
Calling Alibaba a poster child for the Chinese Communist Party's military-civil fusion strategy. That's quite a statement.
It's very strong.
To listen to the full podcast episode, please follow the link in the description. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.